What are you going to do when you have your first argument as a married couple? Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Donna here, and this is Bride-to-be TV, the place to be if you want to arrange a fantastic wedding day and create a successful marriage. Go ahead and hit the subscribe button if you haven't already subscribed, and that notification bell so that you know the next time a video goes live. Now, we are very Christmassy and the light is not fantastic. However, I'm going to persevere. It's not too bad. I think I look like I'm on a green screen. I'm really not. This is my room. I can touch this stuff and it moves. But yeah, lighting in the winter when you are recording in your living room and don't have a dedicated room for it is not easy. So bear with me. So today I just wanted to talk to you about one of the things that I think is a fantastic idea for preparing for those unfortunate times when you are going to have arguments. Now, you are not necessarily argumentative people. I know me and my partner, we don't tend to have fights or loud, shouty arguments. We tend to put the bottom lip out and have a chuckle to each other, and we deal with it in a different way. There are things we disagree on, and but nothing on a major scale. So we haven't really had any sort of issues that we needed to argue about so much. So I can't say that I'm talking from experience in this, but this is something that I saw and I thought it's actually a really good idea, and that is to write a letter and put it in a bottle, so to speak. So you don't have to do a bottle, you can do a box. The idea is that you write a love letter to each other close to your wedding or just after your wedding, when you are still in that euphoric, loved up situation, probably after the wedding when the stress of the wedding has died down a bit, but just remembering that day and the love that you feel for each other and what you love about each other and things like that. Write that down in a letter and put it in a box with a bottle of Prosecco, whatever it is that you fancy. And the idea is, when you have that first big massive blow up where you're thinking, why on earth did I do this? I don't want to be in this anymore. That you crack open that box, you crack open that bottle, you have a drink and you sit and read each other's letters and remember what it is that you love about each other. Now, you don't necessarily have to do this, obviously, but my thoughts behind it is that whenever you get into an argument, you really need to stop and remember what you love about each other. There are always going to be things that you disagree on, and there are going to be hard times. You are going to suffer some, if you haven't already, some really big losses. If nature works the way it's supposed to, then you are going to be there to support each other through the loss of parents. And it's not necessarily the truth that you're going to know how each other deals with grief until after you're married, or until you've been in a relationship for a while, and until you understand how your partner deals with that. It can be a very difficult time, and it can be a ripe time for arguments as well. So you need to really try and keep at the forefront, whenever you're in a situation where you're not agreeing with something your partner is doing, you need to try and take the emotion out of it. And that's on both sides, and you need to say, look, I don't agree with what you're doing, and we need to stop and take the emotion out of this for a moment. All right, I need to walk away and we need to come back to it. The issue is having the self-control to do that, because generally when you're in an argument, it is the heat of the moment, and the heat of the moment is a dangerous place to be, because you will say things that you just don't mean, or you might mean at that precise second, but 2 days later you're just like, why did I even say that? And it needs to be, the argument needs to be structured so that you are talking about the thing that you're disagreeing on and not spatting at each other about things. So there's no good starting an argument over the washing up. You haven't done the washing up again, and then suddenly calling the other person a lazy so-and-so. Because just because they didn't do the washing up doesn't mean that they're a lazy so-and-so. That's just being mean. And then it just sort of digresses from there. So you need to have a conversation about those things. One way to avoid arguments on that front is to have something in place that says, you know, this is what you do, this is what I do, these are the jobs that need doing, they need to get done. You shouldn't expect to be thanked for doing the washing up. I know women never expect that anyway, but guys also, you shouldn't expect to get thanked for doing the chores, because half of those dishes are yours, half of those clothes are yours, half of those rooms are yours. Well, all of the room is yours, so hoovering is not something you should be thanked for. The only time when you really need thanking for doing a chore particularly is if you can see that your partner is, you know, stressed, under the weather, dealing with stuff, and you take on their chores to give them the space to feel and be with whatever it is they're dealing with. And then it is nice if that person then says, you know, thanks for doing that for me, appreciate it. But you really need to sort of sit down and make sure that those little things don't become big arguments in your marriage, because they're the silly things that grate on you and get on your nerves, and you bottle it up because you don't want to address it, and then it can cause a huge argument, and you don't want something so trivial being something that hurts you so much. So give the bottle idea a go. I know I'm going to do it. I don't know about my other half. He's not a great writer, but I want to encourage him to do it. I think it's not necessarily, I don't know whether if I was in a real bad mood with him, whether I really want to sit there and read it, but I think that's the point. You're supposed to force yourself to sit there and read it and go, okay, you know, the person that I'm angry with at the moment is also this person that's saying all these lovely things about me, and, you know, and then I said all these lovely things about him, so maybe we shouldn't be arguing. But it's also a nice idea for first anniversaries to write down those feelings and sort of get it out on your anniversary. And then maybe you can add to it over the years, like you can write another letter, and it could be a gift to your children that they can find one day far, far in the future, and see how much you two loved each other. And yeah, I mean, each year you're going to have gone through different things, so it could be as much as you know, this is what we did, and I really appreciated how you loved me through this situation that we went through this year. And I think that would be a really awesome gift for your children, and a gift for each other each year, to sort of read those letters and remember what the previous year was for you guys, and what you loved about each other. I just think that's a lovely idea. Let me know if you're going to do the bottle method of dealing with your first argument, or if you like that idea for your first anniversaries. And if you liked this little video, then please hit the like button, and if you didn't, then hit the dislike button, because it's always good to know what you guys are thinking. So I will see you in the next one. Bye for now.